Guys, we're on our way in to lions. This morning when we went out, we found 2 males and 2 females. And if you remember from earlier, we mentioned last night that we heard 4 males calling in the distance, and the rest of the Kambula pride were busy chatting or listening to this whole thing. And during the night, they actually came together. And what was amazing is when I woke up this morning, I walked out to see Matt. I stepped on a lion paw print.
Massive male lion footprint.
Yes, and it was right in front of my room. They'd walked right in front of our rooms through the night. So we found these guys earlier and they were mating. Now the sun's starting to set. Hopefully we'll get some action and maybe even listen to them roaring.
Ah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's the best. What are you with the mating? What's your feeling on the mating? What do you think she's doing?
Well, I mean, it's an older lioness, so she's probably her cubs are now probably in the 18-month to 2-year region. We've got one right over here. We've got a young male, older male over here. They would have stayed in the shade for the majority of the day, and now as it's starting to cool down, the sun's starting to set, they'll start to get active. So hopefully we will be able to see a much higher mating frequency. Usually they mate sort of 3-4 times an hour, but anyway, I mean, I've seen lions mating, what's the most you've ever seen? 10, 12, 15 times an hour?
Every 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah. And so because they're 2 males as well as 2 females, every single time the female who's an estrus is going to get up, the male who's mating with her will get all antsy, and if she comes anywhere near this other male, he'll then try and cut her off from that. And that's why they've moved about 200 or 300 meters over the course of the heat of the day. So as she would get up and move to try and move into a shadier spot, he would then push her further and further away from his brother. And so he's over here and the others are underneath the vegetation behind us over here. So let's see what we're going to see.
Now, what's often fascinating about this situation just in general is these 2 females have broken away from the rest of the pride, which we also found while we were looking for a leopard this morning. And this one female has sort of tried to entice these males to mate. When we saw them yesterday, there were some adolescent lions with them. So the adolescents looked at about the age that it's time to move on for the boys and the girls will stick around. So these ladies will be going back into estrus. If the cubs were a bit younger and not as old as what they are, often what the females will do is actually go in, try and get males to distract them and pull them away so that they don't kill those cubs. But it's very likely with this pride pushing far further west out of its territory than normal, that they're actually just trying to solidify these males' position and get babies and start the next generation of lions.
So the last time you had us, we were coming into the sighting. We've got these 2 lionesses, these 2 male lions, and where you've got competition between male lions, there's always potential for chaos and for disruption. And they did not disappoint. So we were setting sun, trying to figure out where these lions were going to go. They hadn't done anything for, I don't know, maybe about 30 minutes or so. And so we come around to the one side, and you've got the submissive male, and one of the females had come up and tried to coax him a little bit of action. And then you had the more dominant male, the male that was mating, and then the female that he was mating with. So we thought, no, we'll go around to the other side and we'll sit with the more submissive male. We drive around and we position ourselves there with these lions here, and then the other 2 over there, the more dominant male. And we all know what's going to happen is that female's going to come up and she's going to try and coax this other male, and it's just going to cause chaos. And what chaos did it cause?
Oh my God.
I mean, I think it was almost in the vehicle. Rich was, right, I mean, this lion just came right up to here and, no, and carried on walking there.
He suddenly
it was crazy because as they were sitting there, the male came in, and we'd already called it beforehand. Like, guys, get ready because when this guy comes in, there's going to be fireworks. And as he came in, he came rushing into us. It sent cameramen's arms up in the air and flailing. And everything sort of died down afterwards. We were crying with laughter. It was amazing. But the two ladies then left off, and we were talking earlier about how, they're trying to mate with these guys. There could be ploys involved if they're trying to draw things away. And it turned out to be exactly that. The lionesses went off on the mission. The other male went following the females. He was marking. They were moving. They were moving at quite a brisk pace.
Yeah, no, they were going.
They then stopped to drink at that one water hole, which was fascinating because they sort of took 2 sips.
And then carried on.
And Donald had said to us, no, when they drink, we've got time because they drink for a lot.
Yeah.
And they went, and off they went.
Yeah.
And then he came in and he stuck around for a bit.
Drank out a full
did
mouthful.
this whole thing. And
disappeared. Gone.
The girls were gone. And he couldn't
lost
pick
him.
up their trail at all. He was walking in circles. It was mad.
Yeah.
And then all the lions roaring at the end.
Different and in different directions. We had the one male by himself, then his brother was calling, the one he had left behind, and then we started hearing the other 2 males. What we thought was the other 2 males. But like what we were saying, that the one of the lionesses looked like she was starting to lactate, and so she very well could have, what Rich was saying, she very well could have been there to just draw those males away, mate with them for the day, and then as soon as the males are preoccupied with something else, territory, scent marking, and then disappear and go back to the rest of the pride. So we'll just have to see what we find tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Or here tonight.
What a treat.
Sure.
And maybe they'll come past our house.
Yeah, fingers crossed.